Hi, and welcome to Media Marketing's online training. In this video, we'll go over the process of using the various search tools to build presentations quickly and effectively in Slide Manager. First, we'll look at the three tools you'll use in your searches. The first is the text tool. Entering search text in this field only shows content in your library that contains the entered text, whether it's in the headline, text on the slide, or even in the graph or chart. The second tool is the criteria search. These are the selections and checkboxes that you'll find at the bottom of the search window. These selections are tied to keywords and have already been linked in your system to specific slides and other content. As you make selections in these areas, only content whose keywords match the criteria selected will be shown in the library. The third tool is the location. Location determines where in your library you're going to conduct your search. Location isn't used on its own, but it is used to augment either the text search, the criteria search, or both. The three tools work together to drill down into your library and find the specific content you're looking for. The important thing to know is that the tools work cumulatively, meaning that the content you're shown has to match each of the text, criteria, and location choices you make. Now, let's look at the tools in action. As you can see, we're here in our Presentation Builder screen, and our three search tools are here on the left. Here's our text search, our criteria search section, and our location options. Okay, first, I'll enter in some text. I'll use the word roadmap, and I'll go down here and expand all of the criteria sections so you can see the selection choices. But for now, I'm not going to select any of them. All we'll use is the text search. I'll click the search button, and you'll see the slides in the library that contain the word roadmap appear right over here on the right. Okay, it found 541 slides, not counting duplicates. Now, I can go in and preview any of these slides. So I'll pick this one, I'll click on the preview button at the top and click the zoom button here to get a better look at the slide. Looks good. I'll close this one and select another one, and we'll zoom in to get a better look at that one. Now, while I've still got roadmap entered in my text search, I'm going to refine these results a little bit more. So I'll use the criteria search. I'll place a check mark in the 4th generation IP criteria, and I'll hit the return key on my keyboard. Now with the search tools, anytime you make changes to the text, the location, or the criteria, you'll need to re-trigger the search. And you can do that either by clicking the search button at the bottom or hitting the return or enter key on your keyboard. Okay, it's finished the search and reduced the number of slides that it's showing me from 541 all the way down to 177. Remember, these are slides that meet the 4th generation IP criteria and contain the word roadmap. As I preview another slide, I'll explain the criteria selection a little further. Each criteria selection is linked to keywords that are assigned to each slide. The keywords don't necessarily appear on the slide, but are visible within the notes for each slide. Okay, we'll close this preview window and I'll start building a presentation. And you do this by simply dragging the slides from the library panel down to the Presentation Builder panel. As you drag, you'll see the arrow turn green, indicating that releasing the mouse button will add the selected slide to the presentation. Now, let's look at the information panel for a slide. I'll select a slide, and then I'll right-click on it to bring up the slide menu, and I'll choose Info. From the Notes screen, I can view the keywords for a slide right here. These are what the criteria search uses to locate a slide. I can also review the text content of the slide, and as you've probably guessed, this is what the text search uses to locate a slide. I'll close the Notes panel, and I'll also drag a couple more slides in here to add to my presentation. I can resort the slides by dragging them into the desired order. Now, let's say that I want to work with another user on building this presentation. From the Save menu, I'll choose Save as Draft, Collaborate, and it'll bring up the Save Presentation window. I'll give my presentation a name, enter in the version of the presentation, and enter in some details about the company and audience for the presentation. Then I'll enter in a description and the potential revenue that this presentation is going to raise. Now, in this bottom section, I can choose the users I wish to collaborate with. When I select users from this list and click Save, they'll get an email from Slide Manager letting them know that they've been invited to collaborate on this presentation. And the presentation that I've created will appear in the Collaboration folder in their My Library panel as well as mine. Now, let's say I've finished collaborating and I'm ready to deliver my presentation. From the Save menu, I'll select Save as Final, Deliver, and it'll bring up the Save Presentation window. All the information that I typed in for the draft is still present, and I can click Save. Now, from this screen, I can choose how I want to deliver the presentation, either in a viewer URL that I can send to my client via an internet link, or download in several formats, including PowerPoint and PDF. For now, I'll just click Save, and I'll access those options from another location in just a moment. The presentation has been saved to my final folder, and from there I can select and view it. If I right-click on it, it'll bring up the presentation window, and I can see all my delivery options. I can create an online presentation that I can email to my customer with a link. I can also save it as a PowerPoint document in a variety of versions. I can create a PDF. And I can even use advanced delivery options like XML and ODP. I'll go ahead and select PDF. My PDF file has been generated, and I can either right-click and download the PDF to my machine, or I can click the link and review it right here in my browser. I'll review the PDF, and I'll close the window. Now, here's one last helpful tip for choosing slides for your presentation. Something you may have noticed are these little numbers that appear on the slides in the library. These numbers show you the slide popularity, or the number of times that the slide has been included in a presentation. This can be really useful if you're trying to decide between two or more slides with similar content. The popularity of one slide over the other may make you lean towards including it in your presentation. For more usage information and assistance, click the Help button at the top of your screen, where you'll find user guides and additional videos added as they are produced. Thanks again for watching this video training.